Teaching is one of the noblest profession, and I feel incredibly lucky to have had a teacher who left such a lasting impact on my life. Hemangni ma'am wasn't just an educator but a mentor, a guide, and an inspiration today as I cook this recipe only on her demand. By this, I want to thank her for everything from the bottom of my heart. So it starts with the basics. Wash the fishes properly and marinate it with some salt and turmeric powder for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Heat oil in a karai or a pan. You can take a pan as well. Shallow fry the fish pieces until it golden both the side. Remove and keep it aside. Now it's time to prepare a masala. Take some 10 to 12 garlic cloves, 3 small chopped onions, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds and 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. I've added 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds, it's completely optional, 2 to 3 cloves, 1 small dalchini, some pepper, red chili according to the taste. You can also add green chilies instead of red chilies. I've added dry red chilies as you'll get an authentic taste when you put dry red chilies. Now heat oil in a karai or use the same karai that you have fried the fishes and put mustard oil. After it gets heat, put kalonji, cumin seeds and 2 to 3 bay leaves. Let them crackle, add some chopped onions, fry till it gets light brown. Then add the masala that was made for the recipe to fry until the oil gets out of the masala. And here I just opened the lid. After like 5 minutes I could see the oil is already in the border of the masalas and literally it was smelling like so good. Then add the tomato purees again, cook it well at least till 5 to 10 minutes. Wait until the oil gets separate. So here the masala is almost done. And trust me guys, I love the smell that was just coming out from the karai. And then I've added all the powder masalas, that is salt, red chili powder, haldi, little bit of chicken masala. Actually you can add any kind of non-veg masalas that you have handy in your kitchen. And you can also add some Kashmiri lal mirch just for the color, because that completely depends on the taste, on the amount of tikka you want in the curry. So here I mixed up all the spices and waited for almost around 5 minutes more to get the oil get separate. Now add the potatoes. As we being Odia, it is just not possible to skip potatoes in any of my non-veg, but personally I do not like potatoes in fish, chicken or mutton curries, so that's completely optional here. And here comes the showstopper, that's tamarind. You can use the pulp. As I forgot to soak it in water, I just put it while the masala is getting prepared. Mix potatoes and the tamarind properly with the masala. Wait until it leaves the oil again. Then add lukewarm water for the gravy. Allow it to cook for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Once you'll start to see the small bubbles, that's boils coming out from the curry, you'll understand that you have to add the fishes. Before that you need to close the lid and let it cook. So here I'm going to add the fish pieces gently into the curry and let it simmer on low heat and cook it for at least 10 minutes more. Let the fish absorb the flavors. So it seems my mache jhol is almost ready to serve guys. And it's almost done guys. Sprinkle some garam masala and some fresh coriander leaves and 2 tablespoons of raw mustard oil from above. Pair the fish curry with the steamed rice, and here the mache jhol is all ready for ma'am. Do follow my channel guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.